No, 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 no. Here, something like, so, get in there, get in there. All right, yeah, okay. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Digital Soul here. Psh. Now, I want to come at you real quick with something serious, and so you're depressed, okay? And life's been kicking you around a lot, and it seems like before you could even get back on your feet, it kicks you down again. And it happens to a lot of people, you know. A lot of people go through life struggling. A lot of people go through life with hard times. A lot of people go through life without the same roof over their head every night, you know. It's rough. And it doesn't help that, you know, there's people out there that don't understand that there's people that have everything in the world and they're also experiencing it. So it's not just, sorry, I was sick last week. You get depressed and it just happens. It's an overwhelming sense that people think that it's stereotypical, like, well, this person's depressed because of this and this person's depressed because of this. Sometimes it just happens. But the main thing that you need to understand is that you're not alone in it. No one has to be alone with depression, whether it be derivative from, you know, losing your job, or, you know, there's a death in the family, or, you know, you haven't eaten in 3 days. You know, I mean, there's just some things that can legitimately make a person depressed. And then there's people that have chemical imbalances and such, you know, where they just can't control their emotions, and, you know, the adrenal gland kicks in overdrive and you have racing thoughts and things like that. And what you need to do is you need to keep knocking on doors, okay? You need to keep reaching out. Say like you've reached out and your hand was slapped away. You need to reach again, because eventually you're going to come across somebody that's going to help you. Now, me, when I was dealing with depression and anxiety and racing thought, I never had thoughts of suicide. Never, ever crossed my mind. I didn't have that kind of depression. God forbid the people that do. Anybody that is driven to the point of where they think that taking their life is the answer seriously needs some help. They need someone, you know. And if you know somebody that's having a hard time and isn't themselves lately, and talking just don't fix it, they need some help, okay? And maybe you could step in and try to help that person. But thankfully, with mine, I had racing thoughts, and my thoughts were, am I going to be too old of a parent for when my children are older? Am I going to get to see my grandchildren? It was just stuff that wasn't even important, you know, because as long as I keep myself healthy, I'll be okay, you know. As long as I do what I can in my life, I'll be all right, you know. And, you know, everybody fears death and things like that, but you need to reach out. I reached out, I talked to a hotline, you know, I talked to my mother, you know, and sometimes that stuff can make you feel okay. And then once you hang up the phone and you're all alone, you know what I'm saying? It can get you, it can sneak up on you. Alcohol doesn't help, it just makes it worse. People think that they could drink their problems away and life will get better, and that's not the case. It'll get worse. It will get worse. You need to get help. You need to seek some kind of help. What I found out is I wasn't producing enough serotonin, wasn't getting enough sleep at night. So if you're not getting at least 6 to 8 hours of unbroken rest a night, then, you know, chances are you might slide into depression or anxiety attacks. And you don't want that to happen. You need to try and take care of your body. You know, the internet's gonna be there. Video games are gonna be there. If you aren't sleeping because you're giving up your time to something else, it's going to catch up with you, and it's going to get you, and it's going to do something to you that you ain't going to enjoy. And then there's a bunch of people out there in this world that have never experienced it in their life. I was one of them. Never experienced anything. Depression, nothing. I was happy-go-lucky. Life was great, and then boom, woke up one day. I was like, what the hell is going on? You know, why am I so emotional? Why am I crying all the time? Am I turning into a lady? You know, I mean, what's going on here? You know, I know, but it was rough, and I didn't know what to do. So I talked to the hotline, talked to my mom, thought that all would make it better. It didn't. Went to my doctor. Luckily, you know, she hit the nail on the head the first time, and I went on Celexa, just 10 milligrams, tiny little bit, and it helped boost my serotonin levels to, you know, suffice not feeling that way. Now, it took like 14 days for this to kick in, but I woke up one day and I was me, and I tested myself. You know, I would think about the stuff that would bother me, and it no longer did, and that made me happy. I'm not saying that that's the cure for you, but what I'm trying to say is that I think that as long as you try to get help, that you can find it. If you're sitting somewhere and you're just waiting for help to come knock on the door, it ain't gonna come. You can't just sit there and expect it to go away sometimes, because sometimes people go to bed and they wake up the next morning and they feel great, and then a day later it gets them again. You know, you just never know. You got to get help. You're not alone, and that's what's important. There's chat rooms, there's hotlines, there's so much if you need to talk to somebody. And don't be afraid of being judged for having these emotions, all right? Because no one should judge you, and anybody that's willing to help you won't judge you. The person on the other side of the phone, the doctor that you could go talk to, they're not going to judge you, because it's happening to a lot of people. You're not alone, and you can get help. You just have to be willing to get up, put your shoes on, go outside, or go make a phone call, or do whatever it is that you need to do to try to take the next step to feeling better. The thing that upsets me the most is sometimes I'll see online is that people, oh, I have this miracle way, get rid of your anxiety, get rid of your depression, you know, like that. And what sucks is a lot of these people that are experiencing anxiety and depression are desperate. So desperate to just be normal again, to just not have that feeling, that weight on their shoulders anymore, that dark cloud hanging over their head, that they will probably dip into their bank account on money that they don't have just to feel better. And if that program doesn't help them, then what? What kind of kick in the ass is that to somebody that's already dining out, you know? So don't fall for that stuff. There are some legitimate things out there that can help you. And if anybody that has experienced depression, you know, or things like that, I know that we need to make our money in this world, but if you've experienced it, then you would be more than willing to help somebody else not experience it and not try to bank so much off of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, for me, it's rough because I've dealt with it, so I know. You know, I never went that route, but I've seen it, and it's not right. You know, you get somebody making them think that they're going to feel better, and then they feel worse. You know? But for now, this is Digital Soul. If you want to ever message me, you can. You can reach me at contactdsoul@gmail.com. And I'll talk to you. I might not have the answers, but I'm willing to listen, you know? Or you can message me here on YouTube. But until next time, thanks for watching, all right? Peace. Psh.